Man, what is up, everybody? And of course, it's your man Giamo, aka Non GMO, and I am with.
Sorry, y'all. This is the Blue Phoenix on the road. And you're now tuned into what?
Both sides of the coin, y'all.
So, Mr. Moe,
Yes,
how was
yes.
your week thus far?
My week has been pretty decent. Been taking my cat's claw, cat's claw.
Oh, for
Um,
real? Okay.
been taking my omega 369s, complete EFA. Okay, all
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Also, everybody out there, listen. Hey, look, I don't plug any companies, but I must be honest about this, right? I'm gonna cover the name of it, right? But this right here stabilizes your blood sugar and everything, right? So, like, if you want to lose weight, you want to eat your carbs, because some people are really like big carb freaks. You could take these pills right before you eat sugary foods and carbs, and it blocks the absorption. Dope.
Okay. I have a binge
Yeah,
like once a week,
yeah,
but I've been pretty good, so I don't know. I might still get it.
yeah. Other than that, I've been cooling. That's it. I've been cooling. I've been chilling. How was your week?
My week's been pretty good. It's Wednesday. It seemed like it's longer than that, but it's been pretty good. Let's see. I had a really great weekend. What I do? What the hell did I do? A lot. But anyway, Sunday went out, and then Sunday evening uh went to a music video shoot. So went out to brunch Sunday morning, music video shoot Sunday evening, and it was really good. I was a little uncomfortable at first because they were talking about this is a twerk video, and I said, "Ma'am, I don't do that." And she was like,
Damn. Let's
"Oh
rap
yeah."
about it.
Well, okay, so I am back into modeling. I'm getting back into modeling,
Mhm.
and this was our first, I guess, little project or thing since I've started with them. And so we were doing a music video for I think two or three rappers. We're gonna be doing music videos for them. And so at this particular time, I don't even know the name of the song, so I never heard the song. Don't know what it sounds like. Just met them that day. And the young lady was like, "Oh, it's a twerk video." I'm like, mm. No. I said, "I'll dance all day long, but you won't catch my ass twerking. You want to twerk? Scan on her." And so the dude was like, "Well, how you make your babies?" I said, "Well, you'll never know how I made my babies, but just know they here, and I'm not fucking twerking." So I said, "That is for the person that I'm with, and that's it." So once we got past that point and we started dancing and I finally got into the song because I didn't know what the hell it sounded like. It was pretty good. It was fun. So we got to a second half of that. Once we got from the first half of that, the twerk part, we went into the second half of it, which I was like, okay, I'm all good for this because this is sexy, sensual, very ladylike. We had to change it to all black. They wanted a goth like feeling, but I didn't really have much golf. But they was like, okay, black, dark colors. And so I had a dress and some heels, and I had dark lipstick, and I had my hair out, and it was really cool. And guess what? We were around a pool table, and they actually wanted us to shoot pool as we played, and I started laughing, right? Because I said, well, I don't know how to play, but I was taught a little bit. And so it was fun because they actually thought I knew how to play. And I'm like, no, I don't know how to play. I just know somebody that knows how to play. He taught me some things and I just remember. So, yeah, it was really dope. It was really dope. Ended up being
Oh yeah.
fun. Hmm.
So I'm going to Vegas for the Las Vegas qualifiers that I qualified for before the pandemic. I will be out there in October, and it's going to be lit. Like, I worked
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
at
Yep.
least 11 years to get there. You heard me. So yeah, I'm gonna be out there, man. Everybody root for me. I am a very
Yeah.
serious pool player. Like, I am a very serious pool player. I've been losing a lot lately, and it's been more so that I haven't been locked in. I have a lot of more beautiful things happening, but when I'm out there, I got nothing but time to concentrate. You hear me? I'll be out there for about a week. So I really look forward to it. I posted the championships, the trophies, everything. Like, yeah.
That's
So
cool. I'm
I can't
excited for
wait.
you and congratulations. Y'all been waiting for this.
You know what? And it's been too long because they canceled the first ones because of coronavirus. And so now we're still working on chemistry. I have been more locked into the shows,
Right.
and going through personal things, a whole lot more since then. But yeah, I'm ready to lock in. Like I'm really ready. I just got to learn how to pack my bags again. Like, how the fuck do you pack for a
Oh, good
trip?
grief.
Like, how do you get on a plane anymore? I haven't been on a plane in forever, y'all. Like, I don't even understand. Like, when's the last time I've been on a plane? Shit. At least, at least 2.5 years ago. I went to Marseille, California, you know what I'm saying, with my ex. So yeah, it was lit. It was lit to be on that joint, you know what I'm saying, chill. Because I love planes. The one thing that I have, and you know what's crazy about me, is that I have a fear of falling. So like if I'm exposed to air and I feel the breeze and I'm up at a high height, whether it be a 10-foot roof and above, I feel like I'm gonna die immediately. But if I'm enclosed and I'm in a airplane, I've always had an affinity for airplanes. When I used to visit my grandmother
Oh,
down in
okay.
Greensboro, R.I.P. baby. But when I used to visit her down there, my mother used to always get a plane ride. It's only like 2 hours, plane. And she used to get the planes all the time because I loved airplanes and I always had to have the window seat. So I always been about that life.
Oh,
You
that's
did.
sweet.
Yeah. So you know what? While you're doing that, I have something that I posted on my page, and I think that we should talk about this. Okay.
Okay, let's
So
go.
it even brought in Rock. Rock even commented on this on my page, and I wonder, should I read it word for word? Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it word for word.
Yeah, go ahead so I can know.
It says our relationship was toxic because I was so busy blaming him for shit I should have been a woman about. Let me explain this. Man has done nothing but hold on. This man, because maybe I'm tripping. This man has done nothing but trying to exchange his ways, and all I do did. Oh God. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I've never, when I read it in my mind, I put it together, but let me try this again. Hold on. Let me start all over again. I gotta concentrate, y'all. Excuse me. Our relationship was
Hey,
toxic
Dawn.
because Our relationship was toxic because I was so busy blaming him for shit. I should have been a woman about. Let me explain. This man has done nothing but trying to exchange his ways, and all I do was provoke him, belittle him, vice versa. Right? Sometimes us women don't give our men enough credit, even when we do see them trying. So I publicly apologized to this man. So I am publicly apologizing to this man. My God, there's so many commas and weird placements of punctuation. But yeah. So
Okay, so first of all,
mhm,
let me apologize for jumping in saying hey to Dawn when you were talking.
mhm.
And Gina came in, so hey, Gina. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, I'll go first. I think that throughout my lifetime of dealing with women, that a lot of them really do provoke men because they are trying to test a man's gangster, his fighting skills, his protection level. Like, what is he willing to die over? Um, and then when we show up and show out on a woman, in private, she exposes us publicly. Not saying that she actually literally provoked us. You know what I mean? Like emotionally, physically. Been through it, seen it. That gangster testing is hardcore. Like as a man to walk away, you are considered a punk dude in front of a woman's eyes when you just seem like you're running away from the situation instead of attacking her head on and or being confrontational. When it comes to, and which was the big controversy, was apologizing publicly. Yeah, sometimes we want that because women want relationships exposed publicly on social media. Women want us to be proud of them in public on social media, outside of social media. You definitely may have blocked us and or you have put us out there on Front Street and made us to be the villain. I think that women should do a lot more, especially with the shoulders of men, especially if you got a good man. I think that you should take the time out. Just as much effort as you give to negativity, it should be some humbling. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else see that you really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That man necessarily wasn't wrong. So yeah.
And I'm gonna 100% agree with you. We do have a problem with exposing things that go on in our house or things that go on between ourselves and our fella. And we don't ever, especially if we're wrong, because we always kind of, a lot of us only give one side. And so, I do believe, look, public disrespect deserves public apology.
Mhm.
And I agree. I agree. And for her to come out and say how wrong she was, how toxic she was, shows how much she has really thought about that, has grown from that and matured. And I honestly believe that's, if we could stop doing it in the relationship, a lot of relationships would be better. If you grow up
So
before you, yeah.
yeah, so let me ask you this. What is it about the female ego to where they can't be humble when it comes to being in a relationship with a man?
Because we've been told that we are the prize, and it does not matter how you act or what you have or whatever. You're the prize, and he has to earn you, and he has to treat you like you're the prize. And they never say that he's the prize too, or he's a prize, or you have to treat him. We're not taught that. We're always taught be independent. We always taught to don't never take care of a man. Don't ever um, expect a man to take care of you. Don't ever do this. You be independent. You take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. If a man comes in the picture, he needs to pay for this. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. We're always taught that stuff has to be done for us, that we need to be taken care of, and that he needs to treasure us. And, that's where the ego comes from. And that's why it's so hard when we're wrong, for some women, when we're wrong, to apologize. And sometimes we'll go tooth and nail until the end of our life before we do that. We're bred
And
this
shout
way,
out
in a way. I'm
and
not
shout
blaming
outs.
it because we can get ourselves together, but
And let me say this for the ladies. Shout outs to the fuck boys that ruined everything. You hear me? Shout outs to the fuck
yeah,
boys that
that
run
too.
around here and when you get a public apology, you can't accept it and or you milk the cow until it's goddamn dry. You hear me? Because it takes a real man to sit back. And most men, I will admit this, even though the argument was that it seemed a little off that she had to apologize in public, most men won't even demand that type of attention. A real man doesn't even care about that type of attention. We don't need it. All we need is your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like we can move on way faster than women can. You know what I mean? The only time that I feel like men get weak is when we are being egotistical. So that usually happens in between the breed and the actual the ages of like 19 to like 30. Once you hit 30 as a man, you already start noticing the differences in like paths and the energy that you give out. So you don't really want anything too public. You know what I mean? So I'm figuring that this couple right here, which I'm looking at their baby faces, are probably, let me turn this to you, very young. Okay, very young. The
Oh
man
yeah,
still
they
got
are.
he still got a crisp hairline and everything. All right, so
He haven't crossed over yet.
Her bay hairs linked to her eyebrows. Like she got bay hairs down to her eyebrows, right? She likes it. She got a big forehead, you know. So, but when you reach like a certain age and a certain stature, you really don't look forward to like the publicity. You don't really trip off a lot of things. It's a little different when it hits home like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, most males that are involved with their significant other on social media don't like exposure. You really, especially if you're a personality and or you are out here trying to gain or garner some attention, you really request and you really want low keyness, because there are people that will infiltrate your relationship, people that know people, and they can always make up a lie. You know what I mean? So, yeah. These young bucks, man. I'm proud of her. If that's the couple,
I am too,
if that's
actually.
true.
And the fact and the fact that she did it publicly, maybe she did blast him out or say things or do things to embarrass him. And like I said, if you're going to do that in public, you need to show yourself humble in public. Just like people. It's a big thing for me. I don't like to argue in public. I really try not to argue in front of my children. So if there's a disagreement or something happens and we have a problem, I may not, like, it could be really bad. I'm not going to address you in front of everybody. Either I'm going to say, babe, can I talk to you real quick? Oh, we're going to deal with it at home. Because it's nobody's business. You ain't got to always, you don't have to always do that. And some things, I'm telling you, people know when they fuck up. People know when they fuck up. You don't have to embarrass them. I'm just one of the people, I just rather deal with shit at home.
Now, Don said that that's some insecure stuff to provoke someone to test what they will do that can backfire really bad. Hey, Don, like real talk, I think that man and woman, you know what I'm saying? I think we all know this through life experiences.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it comes to a point where it's like, what's up, Nick? It comes to a point where how embarrassing can we be at a certain age? Like, us as human beings, as we get older, we have less tolerance for BS. And when do we stop doing that and we start really starting to explain ourselves in detail? What I've been finding throughout life is that a lot of people have a lack of communication. I'm a very deep communicator. I'm so much of a communicator, I'm embarrassing. My daughter will say it. My daughter will vouch for it. Like, she's 20 years old. She will vouch for it. Like, I'm so embarrassing because it's right there, then and there on spot. Now, I will pull you to the side and do it, but it's right then and there. I don't care about your happiness. What's up, Cynthia? I don't care about what mode you in. I don't give a fuck who's around. If I ask you to exit the building, we need to talk. You know what I mean? Like, we need to talk and we need to get this out right now so we can go back in here and have a great fucking time. You did.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's how it should be, though. That's how it should be, instead of just in the middle of the crowd kirking off and yelling at each other. What is that going to do?
But I've been that person. I've been that man. Well, though. If I feel like you made a scene and then you don't want to talk about it, but you're going to try to like low key play me in front of my face, yeah, it's over with. Like, I am.
Well, that's different.
I will exonerate you in front of everybody. Everybody gonna hear about this. The judge, jury, and bailiff. Everybody gonna hear the fuck I feel. I'm a Pisces. Because I'm so low key. So anything that ever happened, it's like, why? Like, how did we come to this?
Yeah, that made that. Yeah. Oh, I could only imagine. You are very chill. So for you to blow up in public, I would really, I could only imagine. Oh my God.
I've never been given the credit for the reasons why I blew up in public.
Well, of course. Who gives a man the credit for having a reason to blow up?
And you know what? You know what's crazy about it is that no matter what I've ever said, no matter whatever I've done, I've always been the first one to come back and apologize before. Like even if I felt like I was right, I always humbled myself enough because I want to come home and I want to have peace and I don't want to be poisoned through spaghetti and food. But I I'm really not into the arguing thing, but when it comes to a fight, man, and a debate, I think that, you know what, it's not even about the fight, it's the debate part that's in me. Everybody knows from seeing the show that I am a debater, like a master
He is a
debater,
master
okay?
debater. Sorry,
So,
y'all. I crossed over to Southeast, and Southeast crossed off my phone. So that's what happened.
but I am who I am, and like situations like this, when I see the youngins, like if they really are the couple and they the face of this, this is progression. This is progression, and this is dope because I don't have and I've never heard too many women over 35 really talk about how they talk to a human being. You know what I'm saying? It could be another, female, whatever, you know what I'm saying, lesbian relationship, whatever. It could be two men, you know what I mean? But I've never heard too many biological females that are in a straight relationship talk about how to be chill, you know what I'm saying, and really recognize when they're wrong.
And you know what? That is true. That's true.
Mm.
Um, it's terrible because we honestly don't feel like we're wrong. We honestly don't feel like we're wrong. And I said what I said because a lot, if you hit it, I said what I said. Take it how you want, blah blah blah. But we don't check ourselves. We don't check ourselves. And if somebody else try to check it, they dead ass wrong. And yeah,
So,
that's true.
so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. When you feel like you are right, where do you feel it at? Like, is it in your nipples, your back of your neck, your ears? Like, women get hot spots. Like, where do you feel it at? Like, is it in your
In my hold on. I'm gonna tell you when I'm angry. When I'm angry, my ears get hot and my birthmark. I have a birthmark on the back of my neck. Most of the time, the only time you can see my birthmark since I've been an adult is when I'm mad. But if I get angry, or if I'm crying, so if I get angry because I know I'm
Mhm,
actually at a place now. If I know that I'm right and I've
mhm.
sat there with you trying to talk to you, and you just like fuck it, I'm just putting my hands up. I'm just gonna put my hands up and be like, okay, you right, you got it. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Do you hold up? Dawn just said the back of her knee, the left side of my butt cheek. Get the fuck out of here. And then look, hey, look. And that's crazy. That's crazy that she says that. The word is accountability. People don't like it. You know what? And that's key. You know what? I
That's
think
true,
that,
Cynthia.
and you know what's funny about it? You know what's funny about it, Phoenix, is that just like Sin said, accountability is more so a man thing than it is a female thing.
That's what I said. It's society. We don't have to do shit but be pretty. We don't have to apologize. We don't have to work because somebody gonna take care of us. We don't have to do anything. According to Cardi B and what's that child named Meg, we ain't gotta cook no clean. We ain't gotta do shit. But be cute. Have
You just
flayed
gotta have
edges and a
ugly,
big ass.
unmanicured feet, ugly, unmanicured feet from all that damn twerking. Cause she ain't got no toenails. She can't even get the joints.
You know what?
She can't even get them joints manicured. Did you see her at Met Gala? Did I
I
not see
did.
her feet?
I
Oh,
did
I
see.
did. Now, a woman with millions of dollars like that feels like she can walk out there with her pinky toes not even painted. You can fake
You
a
know
pinky
what?
toenail, goddamn it. You fake eyelashes. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. You could do it.
They do
You can
look.
do whatever you want,
They put the stuff on the toes, so you can do whatever. But that's what I'm
man.
saying. We have been conditioned to not have to be held accountable, and as Ilyana says, we are out of order. We are completely out of order,
So what
and we don't
happens?
feel like
Like,
we're supposed to be in order.
so what happens? So women just buy more like fuck toys, like y'all just buy bigger dildos and just get more independent from
Some
real
people,
sex.
Some people, I don't know,
That's
or they
no,
just
that's
have, or they just go sleep with people. You know what? I'm afraid. Well, not necessarily afraid, but I'm concerned for a lot of ladies. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think I ever told you this. This woman, a couple months back, I was going to the grocery store. I was at the grocery store, and she came in the store. She said, "Baby, you need a ride?" I said, "You know, I am gonna need a ride when I come out of here. Thank you so much." So she grabbed the cart, and we were walking out the store, and she was like, "Yeah, because none of these motherfuckers gonna help you. These no good niggas." And I was like, "Oh God, what?" Okay, so then I was like, "Okay, maybe okay. Let me just let that slide. Let me just let that slide." I get in her car, and I think she had to be like maybe in her 50s, late middle to late 50s. And I get in her car, and she's just like dogging men, and I didn't ask her anything about that. I was just like, "How are you? How was your day?" Just talking like y'all know I talk. And she some people do. Some choose to be street meat. Some don't do anything but complain. And that's what that woman was doing. She was complaining. So she was like, "Oh yeah, but see these niggas out here, they saw that I was here first in line, and so they trying to be slick and take. We got an order here for the convenience." And I'm sitting there like, okay, so I'm in the back seat, like, okay, so we about to have one of these conversations. And that troubles me when I hear women talk like that about men. And the whole ride, she was just dogging men, and it's no good. This, so I'm like, okay, so do you have any children? Oh yeah, I got a son. Oh my God, you got a son? I think she said a son and two daughters, or two sons and a daughter, something like that. And I'm like, but you have a son raising sons, or have raised your sons with that attitude toward men? Hey, quick. And it's like, oh my, it's disgusting. And it gets to that place with women. We go from being excited, cool about men, and then we go into our 20s where you're dating, you're still excited. You go into your 30s where if you don't deal with your shit, you get a little bit bitter, but you're still excited. You go into your 40s, you bitter, you're not excited, but you just want to fuck. And then you go into your 50s and you get like this. 60s
because
and you
the
just don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's
because
terrible.
the pussy's dried up.
I don't
She's
give a
going through
damn if it's dried
menopause.
up or not.
She started
Oh
she
my
started
God.
menopause. She started menopause at 45, at least 43, right? So here it is. She hot in the ass and she wants young meat, right? She wants young boys, right? And then the young boys ain't giving her no fucking attention like afterwards. Like I've dealt with women like that. Like I was a young dude. Like, and so the cougars target you. And then when you just leave them because you're thinking about something younger, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you can't get pregnant. Okay, who ain't gonna have fun with that? You know what I mean? But
Lordy.
at the same time, you lost yourself when you had your youth because you never thought far enough ahead. Men have to think in our 50s. Like, okay, so when I reach 50, I'm gonna be full of white hairs. And these are the conversations that I hear constantly is that it's time
Oh
to pay
yeah,
for
please
pussy. We're gonna have to pay for pussy.
inform.
That's
Oh
sugar
wow,
daddy mode.
really?
Yeah.
Okay,
You want to
okay.
be,
I didn't
you
know y'all had
cannot
those
be, you
conversations.
cannot be 50 out here and single at a bar. The same bar that you started at, you're gonna end up at 9 times out of 10, right? And you're gonna want something younger at that age. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want an arm, piece of arm candy, something like that. But the one thing that older men are hip to is that they will have to pay for ass. You
And they
will have to
will.
pay for it.
They will.
You will have to pay for it. Whether it be you have a baby late in life and you're gonna pay child support,
Oh
fucking with these
God,
youngins, or
please.
you're gonna have to pay for a new piece of ass. Women feel like they never have to pay for ass until they gotta pay
But
for
then you
ass.
know what? That's what I'm about to say. They end up paying for it because they taking care of some of these dudes. They want them young. That's what they're gonna do.
I was 25 dealing with a 50-year-old, been through it. They will pay for your clothes, they will take care of you, but let you be 1 minute late. They want control. They want total control over you. You know what I mean?
And that's
So
like
I've seen it.
oh, good grief.
I've seen it. I've been a lover boy. Like it's real. Like women and men who pay for all your bills, everybody out there. Let me just say this. All of your bills
Bills,
wants
bills.
total control over you. You have to answer or they stop. Or they just fucking stop. They just stop doing it. You know what I mean? So there's a limit to how much a human being who we all feel like we are free wants to relinquish their control, you know what I'm saying, of their lives. You know what I'm saying? What's worth it, you know? But yeah, shit gets weird out here. What's up, Quick?
It's
Shit gets
disappointing, man.
shit gets weird. I no, because everybody's stubborn. So I always say this is that men, they always say that women mature early. No. Men mature earlier than women. Women sexually mature later than men. We are at our sexual prime at 16 and 25. We start slowing down after 25. We hit 30,
Okay.
we start slowing down, right? So sexual maturity is a little different because men already have been through the paces that women have never been through. Y'all are young, y'all are growing breasts. And if you're anything like the Howard girls that I see every day around my job, you ain't wearing no bra, your nipples
Oh
hard.
no,
Like
I
they are
had
so
to. I
tempting. I
had
be
to wear
looking at them,
bras.
I be like, no, 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 lover. They be having huge boobs, saggy and perky at the same time. So weird. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it does something to a man. And you're looking at it and you turn into like a fake ass R. Kelly because you're like, I got a daughter this age, but god damn, like,
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? But they have nipple rings and they're just out there loose as a goose, right? So women don't necessarily go through that process because y'all are young and virile, and everybody still wants you. I mean, even at 50, there's still, young boys that want you, but they using for your money, your place, and the
Yeah.
fact that you jive like a cum dumpster. Like you ain't getting pregnant, so they gonna nut in you. Like they gonna bust hot shots in you all day. They gonna shoot your club up, and they have no risk of
Oh
being like a
goodness,
baby father.
that
Yes,
was like so. They're gonna paint the
these
walls. They're gonna paint the walls. They're gonna shoot the club up.
these are the conversations that young men, these are the conversations that middle-aged men, we talk about being young. You hear me? Like, yeah, we love the Cougars. Yay, no pregnancy? Bet. We gonna shoot that shit up. You hear me? Practice makes perfect for the youngest that we dealing with. You hear
Oh
me?
Lord.
Exactly. Because with them joints, you gotta strap up. You gotta be real. Otherwise, you're gonna be like me, the three-time champion, baby father. You hear me?
Stupid.
But it's trill shit. And so I think that a lot of the mortality amongst women get lost in translation. And we always talk about this about BBLs and the cosmetic surgeries that have been going on for older women. It has been crazy. It has been
Oh, these
crazy.
doctors making money. These doctors are making the money. And it has a lot to do with the fact that we cannot accept ourselves getting older. We can accept who we are, period, whether we're older or not, because it's not just older women doing it, it's younger women doing it too. And we just have a problem. And the thing is, we're not doing it for the men because y'all don't give a fuck. I mean, y'all do, of course, y'all want us to tone up and do, we also be healthy. But you're not really, I don't think a lot of men are out here telling you to go get your ass fixed or go do this, go tuck this, go nip this, go suck this out. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So we're not doing it for y'all. We're doing it for us only to do what? Not be happy about it because
to be
a
used for
service.
to be used for sex.
Goodness.
Just think about that. You really go underneath the knife, risking your life and limb, because we reported on that on the No Filter show
Yeah.
that a lot of women are getting infections and dying from BBLs. That is the most dangerous surgery you could ever fucking get. But women are doing it to be an object of sex. Like the first thing that a man sees as predators, okay? All of us are, we are hunter gatherers, we see. Okay, ladies, stop fucking bullshitting us. We see titties. If you have cleavage out, if you ain't wearing no bra, we see nipples. If you have your ass out, we see through that. You are to be used as a receptacle. You are to take whatever comes what may in our eyes. There is no mind involved with the body being exposed. There's no fucking way that we can see past that. It is mind numbing to try to fight through and be like, interview somebody and be like, oh, it's all titties.
It's numbing, of course, because ain't no blood up there. It's all to your second brain.
But it's my number because you try to play it off and you try to, think of your mother, the conservativeness of your parents. And then you look at some of these mothers now and some of these children, they looking at their mothers like they walking out the door with their mama in a fucking see-through outfit,
And
walking them to the car.
taking their pictures too.
Oh well. I don't know how to explain this. Damn, we just went off on a whole tangent.
I think you did. I think it was explained really well. I think the biggest thing for us as women is to learn ourselves because we have a big issue with that. And it's a lot of times, we have insecurities, and instead of us dealing with that insecurity and getting better, we go falsely corrected. It's so many people like it was something on the radio earlier where this girl said she saw her sister. Her sister went down to Miami to go get 3 procedures: butt lift, liposuction, and tummy tuck, and she came back in a casket. She died from it. The last time she saw her sister was before she left. And I'm like, is it worth your life just to get this shit that everybody is getting? Why do you have to have a big ass? Why do you have to have big titties? I mean, why? Why? A guy don't care. He just want to put them in his mouth. Like, why do you need to get on this? I don't understand.
Because
And
women love attention.
yeah, we do. And that's why I said we really have to sit in it. If you don't know or haven't dealt with your shit, that's what you're going to do. And it's ridiculous. You spend $10,000 on this shit. You could put that $10,000 somewhere. I'm very big on not spending unnecessary money. And every time I hear somebody spend that shit, I get mad like it was mine. Oh, you spent what? Oh, you crazy as shit. This drives me crazy. But that's just me.
That's why I keep telling everybody, once they come up with dick extensions, it's over with.
Oh, the flood will happen. What? Okay, so right. Because the biggest thing that y'all are insecure about is your penis size, which I don't get. Okay, but that's the biggest thing. If anything, if you have an insecurity, it is your penis size. And so if they come out with that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole lot of news reports because somebody tip going to fall off. I'm telling you.
It's going to be wicked. It's going to be very wicked. You know what I'm saying? We are born with the tools that we have, right? You dig what I'm saying? So, and it feels like you never have enough. There's a guy out here probably working with 21 inches and feels like it's still not a goddamn enough for a woman.
Oh,
There's some woman out here, real talk. Listen to women talk, young. Y'all never feel that a man is adequate. It is, there's always this weird thing that goes on in y'all head where y'all need more. Y'all are the greediest vaginas I've ever met in my life. Nowadays, it is greedy vaginas everywhere. Y'all eat dick like it is Pac-Man.
It's greedy because like I said, if all you used to doing is taking dick and not having no intimacy, dick is not gonna be enough. I don't give a damn how big the penis is. I don't care how much you stressed out. I don't care what you do because a lot of people don't make love. A lot of people just fuck. So they don't feel shit. They just fucking. And so nothing is ever going to be adequate enough for you if all you doing is fucking. You don't feel anything else but the dick. So that's the problem. That is the
problem. Yeah, Rock said sex toys did that. You know what?
And it did. They had something to do with it, yes.
Nah, I'm not going to say that. I think the push for porn and seeing the extreme did that. And women have always been curious, like, a serious question, because this ties into sex toys. And I thought about this today. Are women trying to recreate having a baby when they have sex? Is that the reason, the drive for like a bigger, like, the bigger dick?
Did you just say a serious question?
Yeah, that's a serious fucking question. Like, are women trying to relive the birthing process when they have sex with a man?
No. If they're trying to relive the birthing process, that means they never had a fucking birth. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That is one thing I don't want to relive while I'm having sex. That sex supposed to be good. I don't want to think about pushing a baby out. No, hell no. And if that is what they're thinking about, we need to have some serious mental evaluation because that's not right. Mm-mm, not at all.
I don't know. I don't know, yeah. Because evidently the bigger the better. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
because they want to be quote unquote filled. But the thing is, you will be filled if you stop sucking different dicks. Don't you understand that? When you have sex with different people, your vagina cannot adjust and keep adjusting, to different men. I mean, it's going to adjust. We stretch, we shrink, we do that. Okay. But if you're with somebody for a while, your body is going to naturally form fit this person, or your body's just going to naturally, be adjusted to this person. But if you're sleeping with more than one person and it's not constant, it's just random, you're never going to be satisfied. Allow your body to figure shit out and just stop. God damn, I'm so sick of these people.
So I gotta get on my Kevin Gates, little baby. You heard
Oh
me.
no,
I gotta
I
get on
didn't
my
even look
Kevin
at the
Gates. So
screen.
I got my feathers in. You heard me. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. What you talk about is some trill. You hear me? Yeah. Hey, look, I can't keep that shit on my head tonight, yeah. But
Hold on,
yeah,
put
that's
real quick. I'm sorry. Can you put Zena's comment back up because I didn't see it. What she said. Nah, don't nobody want horse dick and just come on. They're put it in my stomach. Don't put shit in my stomach but food, okay? Because ain't nothing supposed to be going up in my goddamn stomach. I'm trying. We from the bottom up. I don't want nothing going in my damn stomach. If you up in my stomach, that means you done went past my cervix and we having a fucking problem.
but
No,
sometimes that shit happens. You heard me? Like
it can.
it just is what it is with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're blessed, you're blessed. You dig? But
Yeah, I mean, you can't help that. But don't, no, I'm not seeking that shit. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't want to die doing it. Like, I mean, if we do it and we die, okay. But I don't
so
want it to be on purpose.
so let me do this. Let me do this. Let's take a poll. So Nikki, Zena, Sin, Phoenix, all the other women that are out here being shy that are listening because we have viewership. We see you. Okay. What is it that women crave the most from sex? What do you crave the most from sex? Now I'm listening. I'm just monitoring the comments now.
Okay. Are you asking me or
I'm
you
listening to
asking?
you. I asked
Oh,
you.
okay. What
Yeah.
do I crave most from sex? Touch. More so the touch. Um, and that's always been for me. It's always been for me. I actually just crave the touch.
Mm,
The connection.
mm.
Yeah, of course you want the dick. But it's something about the heat from a man that does something to me. I don't know if it's the weight. I don't know what it is. It's just the touch. It's just that weight. And yeah.
Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Excuse me.
Oh, and they
All
all
right.
smell. Y'all have oh God. Y'all smell good for real. Y'all really do. It's just a man smell. Mm, yeah. All right,
After a
let me
hot
mute.
day's work.
Yeah, I don't care because we can still smell you. Like you may smell like you work, but it's just we can just still smell you like right in the crease of the neck. Let me mute.
Nah, but you know what? What's crazy is that I had an ex that actually enjoyed me being sweaty after work. Like she wanted to smell that hard working man. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, it gets fetishes are different, you know what I mean? But and I
It's
always
not
mention
really
that.
a fetish though. It's just y'all smell good. Y'all do. Y'all just smell good.
Are you sure? It's like okay, so
I mean, sometimes you gotta jump in the shower, but y'all do still smell good.
we had Nick. She said no. Now connections. Now connections. Now, Nick, while I explain what Zena said, explain to me how you felt in your earlier years. You said now connections, not, you know what I'm saying, all the time. So explain, give me some backstory to why now the connection. Zena said intimacy. That vulnerable,
Vulnerable, emotional,
emotional,
yeah.
intimate connection is what keeps the waterfalls flowing and makes it most enjoyable. You know what? That's the key, and that's the kicker, because anytime a woman gets upset and or upset with you, she always reverts back to dick size. I think that is the ultimate threat. No man has ever like talked down to a woman and a breakup and been like, Your pussy ain't no good.
But see, that's because they want to hurt your feelings. Because every woman knows that a man is sensitive about his penis. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say it, about his dick, and and that's why they do it, just to hurt your feelings. Because you weren't saying that before,
Mm,
and even if you were faking it, you shouldn't have been faking it. So don't try to say it now. But they say that just to hurt people's feelings, hurt
mhm,
y'all's feelings. I'm sorry, not people, hurt men's
mm.
feelings.
Yeah, it gets really real. It gets really real for us. Unfortunately, men, we only have but a small bit of an ego. We have a big ego when it comes to our when you're young, sometimes your priorities ain't right. Also, you mature, you learn different things about security and sexual experiences. Um, when it comes to words like that from Nick, you know what I'm saying, or Angel, that means a lot. It would take and what the scary part about it is that women don't talk to their daughters and teach them how to communicate that. Like,
Yeah, we don't.
so there's so much hypersexuality that's going on out here in the world. I can't understand how it doesn't come across in a conversation when you see your daughters going braless, or when you see them being really really interested in young guys, that you don't teach them at the least how to be humble about it, what to expect when they first grow up, and to expect something different later on in life.
Now that, yeah,
Me-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, by all means, please.
No, but finish your thought. 'Cause you said men what?
Because men as fathers, we try to halter that feeling, period. We try to say, like, don't even think about sex, because we already know we're gonna
True.
ruin your lives. We're too young. We're dumb. We don't know how to fucking please a woman as is. Then we get with your mothers and we make a love child, and or out of wedlock, and or do marriage, and then we fall in love, and then we finally learn ourselves, and then we just looking at our daughters. We can't just sit up there and say, you need to get like touched for like 40 minutes before, like warmed up, start your engines. We can't just say that to our daughters. It's gonna seem fucking perverse. You know what I mean? So where are the women at, like really educating the daughters, and really telling y'all, like, you need to relax. Like, it's not really, about that. I was also abused sexually. So the way I looked at sex was different. Now
Yeah,
that's a
that's a
that's a whole nother
big
level.
that's a big thing. The reason why I say, and we should talk about that, because one, with our daughters and our sons, because that happens to our sons as well, and it's not talked about. But that's a big thing. But as far as why we don't talk to our daughters, um I think we may have a problem because sometimes our mothers didn't talk to us. And the way y'all talk to y'all boys is way different than we have to talk to our girls. But with me, because I grew up very I was in the church. I mean, in the church hard. So we didn't play that. And that's how I was raised. You know, it was just certain things you didn't do. You didn't do this. You don't have sex. You don't have sex till you get married, or you're gonna go to hell. So I already had a kind of warped sense about sex anyway, masturbation and all that stuff. But for my daughters, because they are very much developed, and I have always talked to them about certain things, because I don't dress crazy. And now they get interested in boys. One daughter's interested in girls and boys. She don't know. I don't know either. So I'm talking to them, about themselves, and how to carry yourselves, or how you're supposed to dress, or the urges. We haven't got to masturbation yet, but I'm pretty sure one of them does masturbate. I'm not sure, but I want to find ways to talk to them where they won't be embarrassed, and just let them know that it's okay. Because some people have your children, boys and girls, especially boys. We make boys feel dirty for masturbating, and that's a natural thing. We make them feel dirty, and we make anybody feel dirty for exploring themselves. And I think that that's a big thing, that we need to really pull that negative connotation off masturbation and figuring yourself out, because that will warp your sense of sexuality. Now back to what Angel said. I was also, my first sexual experience was rape, and so that kind of twisted me a little bit as well. And so as me being older, The past few years for me have really opened up a lot of things for me because I had to figure them out. But that was my first experience, and my mom didn't know. Nobody knew about it. I never confessed it until I was like 20 or 21. But of course, I had started having sex before that, had a baby at 18. But I didn't have that conversation. I never had that sexual conversation with my mom. She didn't have that sexual conversation with her mom. Her mom was molested. So it's like these type of conversations need to be had, not only to prevent molestation or rape, because you really can't prevent that all the time, but to prepare us, boys and girls, for the changes that happen within us and what to expect, or how people look at you, how to carry yourself, and X, Y, and Z, blah, blah. But that's a big thing. I think we should really talk about, maybe on one of our shows, how being touched or being having traumatic sexual experiences affects how you have a healthy sexual relationship with yourself and with the partner. I think we should tap on that.
So let's do this. We will revisit that, but I gotta ask all the ladies a question again. When do women look at their past and look at their children that are growing up and really talk to their children about emotional, mental sex? Like, what do y'all what do women talk about amongst each other about emotional attachment? Like, is that more important?
It really is, but I don't think people talk about it. I don't think you
Not
talk about it.
people,
I'm
not
sorry. I'm sorry.
people,
I'm sorry.
women.
I don't think women talk about it. And it gets to a place where you have to really, 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 really understand sex, and you have to understand yourself before you start having these conversations. I have these conversations now. I wasn't having them before. I talk to my mom about this. I'm teaching her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to my friends about these things now. So over the past few years, but that was what, 35, 36 when I first started thinking that. And the funny thing is, I've always known this, but we don't talk about it. We don't think that we're supposed to talk about it. We'll talk about all day long how I like how he did this to me, and oh, I like when he do this and he don't do this, or she don't do. We'll talk about that all day long, but we don't talk about the spiritual, mental, emotional side of lovemaking. And we definitely, if we don't talk about it, we damn sure not teaching our daughters or our sons, because half the
Now,
time we don't know.
now, amongst the barbershop and amongst older men that I've been around and um, growing up, men do talk about these things. We mention the emotional attachment. We mention that it doesn't feel any better just because you're going out here on the hunt. We love the thrill of the hunt, but most men at a certain age, especially around their 30s, they honestly talk about these things. And
But
uh-huh.
no, I was gonna say, but you're in your 30s. Would you sit and listen if you're younger than that, or will you get to that place? You have to really get to that part of understanding. And then to think about it, we will talk about the connection, but it's usually after one of the girls or one of our friends have been hurt. It doesn't come up
Really?
before that. Yeah, thinking about it, we will. So like we'll talk about, oh, this is like, well, you got a soul tie. A lot of people say, soul ties, or you still emotionally connected you to him, and that's why you still feel, the way you feel about him. Or yeah, it will usually come up after a breakup. That's when it comes up. It's never us sitting down preparing for these things that are going to happen. And I'm so glad we had this conversation, because I will be talking to my girls about this, and my son, my eldest son. But you never think to talk about what will, the emotional, spiritual, mental connection to another person. Sex always comes up, but sex is usually the last connection. You have to have, it's usually all those other connections, unless you just one night stand and everybody. But sex is usually the last connection. Wow. Look at you.
Look at who?
You. Let's put this out here. I'm proud of it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay. Oh, you proud of me? No, so you're telling me you don't think that I think that deeply?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying because I know you're a
Okay.
highly intelligent man. I know you're deep in thought all the time. What I'm saying is that you put it out there, and you, even though you may think that you just actually put it out there and put it to us as women and ask that question, you pose that question because we usually don't talk about that beforehand. It comes up after heartbreak.
And I'm always the one that makes a woman wait. I have never been sexually aggressive. You know what I mean? Like I will make a woman wait 6, 7 months because I gotta talk to you. I'm falling
Hmm.
in love with the psyche. You did. And as backed up as I could be, and as easy as it could be gotten, I don't want it. I don't want it at that point. Like I want you to
Right.
want me first. You know what I'm saying? And mentally, it means everything, at least to me as a Pisces. I have to know, like, I have to laugh with you. I have to get to know you. I have to spend time around you in order to know. You know what I mean? Like, who is this person? You could be fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
true.
that's the reason why I've never had my tires flattened. I've never had any windows broken out because I've gotten to know these women prior to. So even though they might be angry about a situation, I may have messed up. I may have, jumped out there as a youngin and cheated on you and or slept with somebody else, but you knew that shit was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew I asked you for everything that I fucking needed, but if you're not
Hmm.
providing it, mentally, the stimuli, then shit, what the fuck we got going sexually? What do we have?
That's true. That is true.
What do we have? And that's the excuse me for burping. That was the one of the first things that I keep having to think about as a father of two boys is like, how am I going to teach them how to discern between a great woman and a fine piece of ass?
Oh, that is wow. Okay, so like you said, you can talk to them, but the best way of teaching your children is by showing them by example. Because I don't care how much you talk to your kids, if they don't see you doing it, they ain't gonna do it. They only gonna do what they see. If they're used to seeing you with trash women or seeing me with trash men, that's what they're gonna go for. They're gonna
Now,
think that's okay.
now, here it is. Dilemma. Dilemma one. They're young boys. They're backed up. The wind blows, they get an erection, right? They're trying to get this shit up out of
Hmm.
them, right? Okay.
Hmm.
I remember falling in love with like the most beautifulest girl on the fucking bus. I stole jewelry from the fucking bookstore in order to like impress her
Oh
and steal her look, right?
wow.
So I've done that. I've done all of the above, right? And with men, when we talk amongst each other, it's this, okay? So we learn from white culture, and white men that you pay for it. If you want something bad, you just outright pay for it, right?
Hmm.
In most ethnic cultures, colored people cultures, and that's no offense if I mention the wrong word or saying, is that we learn to buy affection. So
Yes, that is so
what,
true.
whatever is the hottest restaurant, however much seafood, which makes your ass stink, ladies. Stop eating seafood. Cut it the fuck out completely. Your ass stinks. We can taste you. Okay. Um, the most expensive liquor, the highest grade of weed. We start learning how to buy the sexual attention or affection that we need. Now, amongst men, when you learn from white men that have money, you don't have to think about that. You don't have to worry about that because a hooker still thinks about her tricks. Like a hooker looks at her tricks. They know every trick that they deal with.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they still have to, have those ties. They have to know who's who. You dig what I'm saying? Some men they do fall in love with, but they just can't do it because of their past. But
Right.
as a man, do I take my sons out and just say, I'm gonna buy the prettiest woman for you, and I'm gonna let you see that the prettiest woman can be bought?
But then what does okay, I think we've had this conversation before. So buying the prettiest woman, what is the because then that kind of gives them the idea that every woman can be bought. And
No,
does that, but
not
okay.
at all. It shows that even the prettiest woman can have a lack of standards and or can be, she would do anything for the money. So therefore you cannot be fooled. You go for the qualities in her and you listen to the conversations, and or either way you paying $150 for parking, Red Lobster, the cheapest one, and you know it's 200 and above just to get a piece of ass for the hopes of it. How do men function as a woman, or women out there that are listening? How do men shut that ideal down when it all costs a man? It costs you everything. It costs you a livelihood to marry, get a divorce. It costs you to fuck around and date you. It costs everything. Change my mind.
Well, I'm not going to change your mind on all that because that is a big truth. But then hmm, I can't really change your mind because that is the truth. But then it's like, so, well, I guess I'm since I'm a woman, I'm going to look at it from a woman's angle anyway when it comes to your boys. I just don't know if that would translate because the way you want to translate it, it may not necessarily translate the that way with them. So why not, okay, I can see you saying I'm gonna buy the prettiest girl for you. Then that will teach them not to put women up on a pedestal. But then it may also teach them to keep women in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm. And I guess we'll conclude with that because that is left open. Everybody that has been paying attention, all the ladies, everybody that has been supporting us tonight, we really thank you for your dialogue.
Yes, you guys are
Now
awesome.
see, Star said you simply need to find a woman that's worth it. Now, Star, the thing is, and I gotta say this again, I gotta reiterate this, Star, that some women are not considered the most beautiful women around this area, right? Some women are very humble. Some women actually have more sexual partners because they don't think that they are valued, right?
Hmm.
But then you have women that feel like they are overvalued just because they were born with a fucking shape of a face, or they got big titties or butt. You dig what I'm saying? They spent $10,000. They got to make that money back. So therefore, you see them on websites, right? Or they out here tricking. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like it is easy to find a woman that feels like they are worth it, and that a man that believes that the woman that they're talking to is worth it with all of the my pussy songs and the twerking and the liberation. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all wonder why these youngins is out here playing video games every day and playing what's the name? Because they ain't tripping. They not really tripping off y'all no more. Like, they like, man, all I seen is child support in my life. Like, my father wasn't here
It's
due to
too
all this
easy.
Bama shit. You know what I'm saying? So it gets a little weird. Like, I know my sons, I know I'm gonna tell them a story about child support. I know I'm gonna tell them a story about child support. And I know that I'm gonna tell them exactly how I felt when my daughter got off that motherfucker. And I looked at my check and was almost about to cry. I almost was about to cry. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
I'm
know
not
what
laughing at you because, but I know my dad went through that. My dad, both biological and stepfather, went through that. And he was at the courthouse on their birthdays. He was not even. But the thing
For the
about that,
love.
I'm sorry. It's just
So
funny.
shout outs to Dawn. Yeah, she said that if you can't carry an intelligent conversation and it's easy to get them in bed, not worth it in the long run. Looks will come and go, but intelligence and great conversation is gold. Now that is factual, and that is something that my father always taught me, is that at the end of the day,
100%.
when my dirty ass diapers got to be changed, because I had to change my father's diapers, you know what I'm saying, on his way out this world, is that it's going to be the dedication and the conversation that will either sustain you or keep you alive, because everybody's sexual organs are going to fail eventually. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
keep fucking and fucking and fuck. We will not be that virile. Okay. It's just not going to happen that way. You know what I mean? And I think that the conversation will probably pull most relationships through. Now, Don, with that being said, as a 16, 17-year-old who falls in love with with the girl on the bus, who also has general conversation and thinks that every woman is like their mother, if they love them, if
Right.
their mother loves them and really gives them true attention, a man is going to try to find that same level of love and think that most women are like that. If the woman is too perfect and or they hide a lot, I think we find that amongst baby boomers is that parents that are in their
60s,
60s,
70s.
yeah, their 60s and their 70s right now is that they hid a lot, you know, and it was, you always thought that it was this perfect situation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
How do we educate these children in order to not make these mistakes? You know, like I know we going OT, you know, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
yeah. So you know what, everybody, matter of fact, go to
But
both sides of the
oh yeah,
coin.
go ahead. Yeah.
If you have a chance, Phoenix, if not, I'll do it tomorrow. We can continue this conversation through both sides of the coin. And I really implore everybody to actually visit the site on Facebook and really talk about this. If not, you guys are very welcome to post. We will approve it and we can continue this conversation. But I really
Yes,
enjoy.
please do. Please do. Because that is something I worry about with my boys because Lordy, I ain't
And you know,
perfect. I got a little side of me, but I'm not
and,
wild. You know what I'm saying?
and you know what? It's not even about being wild, because what we're talking about here is being conservative and actually thinking about conversation. So, you know, young boys are naturally going to have that inclination to automatically reproduce early. That's what we do.
Hmm.
We are high strung, right? But the only thing that nobody ever talks about amongst women is how they train their sons to deal with women like them, and or women that they be around that ain't shit.
Mm.
And that's it. So everybody, make sure you move over to both sides of the coin, man. Please, anybody that wants to post, please post a question. I really want y'all to continue this conversation because you women have a
And a
lot of
comment,
beautiful
yeah.
insight. Y'all, I'm very proud of y'all. Our audience is dope. Love you, Two Star. Love you, Don. Love you, Andrew. Love you,
Love you,
Zena.
ladies.
Hey, look, and tomorrow we will be at 8:30 p.m. No Filter Show. Of course, I'm your man, G. I'm
Filter
on all
show.
platforms. It will be Star, K Quick, Phoenix, Rock. And if y'all haven't had a chance, y'all better check out Happy Anniversary. You know what? I ain't heard nobody talk about Happy Anniversary that much.
Y'all slacking. It's on Vimeo. Go on and rent it. Go ahead.
It's only $2.99 to rent, y'all. But of course, I am joined by.
The Blue Phoenix, and you can catch me at the Blue Phoenix Hills on Facebook and Instagram. Also on the Blue Phoenix page, you guys. I have a page as well. I haven't gone live in a long time, but I do still post information, so y'all can always get information there.
Man, and it is both sides of the coin, y'all.
Good night.